Hi, cat. Come and get some mango, baby.
One, two, 1, 2, 3. Self-awareness is a superpower. My name is KathyLaDonna. Welcome to Soul and Vibration. I hope the free thinkers are doing well. And if you're not doing well, I'm happy to remind you that you are the most powerful person that you know. You are the most powerful person that you know because only you can create your reality. Hey guys, today is Friday, March 24th, and the energies in the day adds up and reduce to the number 7 vibration. If today is your birthday, happy birthday. So when it comes to the spirit animal associated with the day, we have the owl energy. And I feel like the owl energy is in alignment with the number 7 vibration, the day adding up to the number 7 energy. And the reason why is because the path of the day, which is the number 7, is an introspective energy. The number 7, like on a 7 path day, we can find that everybody is a bit more introspective than normal. So this can cause like there to feel a bit of emptiness when it comes to connections. With the owl energy coming out, this brings me to say the need for reflection, the need to not just not just look at what's presented to us physically, but also look at what's not presented, what's not said. To me, this energy talks about looking in the dark when it comes to, say, interactions today. It's like, so it's not about what the person said, it's also what they didn't say is things that should be considered. Because when I think of the owl energy, I think of, say, how it's a nocturnal bird. And then I think of how it deals with the mind because it's air element. So that brings me to say pauses, silence in between sound, being okay with not saying anything. Being okay with being silent, learning to be comfortable with silence and not feeling uncomfortable and feeling the need to say something. I feel like when we do that, we normally say things that we wish we didn't say. We normally overdo it and feel like, damn, I made a fool out of myself saying all that. I wish I didn't say all that. So with the owl energy is bringing me to say the importance of reflection, the importance of stepping back and trying to see the bigger picture before moving in, because the path of the day with the number 7, the day adding up to the number 7, the number 7 is just that. It's a deep diving energy, one where we're investigating and seeking truth, trying to understand something from the inside out. This is where no matter how much videos you come across on YouTube, or no matter what anybody says, it comes a time where you have to turn everything off, get silent, and just reflect or just be in silent and let the guidance come to you. It's not something that you could necessarily go seeking. Yes, when we go seeking information, to me, it's almost like when we go seeking certain information, it's like certain seeds are planted within us. It's like certain phrases, certain things are said and they leave an imprint. And then I guess at the right time, it's like our subconscious mind, it's like the information that we need will pour in. It'll just come out of nowhere. It's like a natural knowing. And sometimes some of the information that we cross paths with play a part of the download. Well, that's my experience when it comes to that. So when it comes to the tarot, we have the 7 of Pentacles in the upright position. And see, the number 7 energy is repeated with the day adding up and reducing to the number 7 vibration, and then the 7 of Pentacles also. And with the 7 of Pentacles, as you can see, this person is reflecting on the pentacles that they have. This brings me to say someone looking at their finances or, looking at something tangible and trying to decide like, how much of it can I afford to spare? How much can I afford to, put here or there? It just brings me back to budgeting. balancing. It could be our finances, it could be our time. Like today is Friday, and Friday is associated with Venusian energy, and Venus is in Taurus. And Venusian energy is like, say, the Pentacle card. It's our finances. It's tangible things that bring some kind of that have value, that bring some level of comfort. So the day is the 24th, and the number 2 is nurturing. The number 4 is foundational. 2 plus 4 is 6. The number 6 energy is family-oriented, community-oriented energy. But the number 6 energy is like mixing oil and water with the number 7. The day adds up and reduces the number 7 vibration. And with the number 6 and the number 7, this is where the number 6 and the number 7 is like this card. Because the number 7 is the person reflecting. The number 6 is the material things. So it's like reflecting on material things. So on a day like this, where Friday ruled by Venusian energy and Venus also in Taurus, you could find yourself feeling bummed out about your financial situation and what you have compared to like what you don't have and where you should be. So the number 7 energy is normally an energy that deals with investigation and research. On this day, you could find yourself like researching how to make more money, how to bring more money in, where some people could find themselves on, say, Instagram or TikTok, researching, looking into, say, new clothes, a new makeover, or a procedure that they want to do to their body, some kind of a cosmetic procedure to transform themselves, to make themselves more valuable, because the number 6, is a material driven energy, just like Taurus, just like Venus energy. And the moon today is also in Taurus. So our inner world is just reflecting on material things on a whole. And this is where the owl energy comes in, because on a day like this could be so exhausting if a person doesn't feel like they are where they would like to be in life. This is where you could find yourself going down the rabbit hole and making yourself feel even worse as you go, watch certain videos and look into certain content. I feel like with the owl energy, this brings me to say the importance of like taking a step back from everything and just being still. Like on a day like this is when I would bust out the journal. This is when I would turn on my phone or my iPod and start recording and venting, and then delete it after. But like release is necessary, because it's so easy on this day to get caught up in, the material of the day, like the material aspect. And material does matter, because we do live in a material realm. So material does matter, but it should never be our master. It should never be it should never be our definition of success. Like I always say, our definition of success should be our spiritual and our emotional growth. How am I growing emotionally and spiritually? And if that is my definition of success, and that is where I'm focusing my time and attention on and trying to grow myself, like the other things will come so easily, so effortlessly, so naturally. Because if we're growing spiritually and emotionally, then we're not going to be wasting our time on things that don't speak to our heart. Because if we're growing spiritually and emotionally, we can tell like what feels good to us and what doesn't. Where when we're not growing physically and emotionally, to me, it's like we're stuck in the whole 3D dimensional type of thinking. And this is where it's all about, say, impressing others. All about impressing others. Everything we do is to impress others, and there is no satiation there, because there's always a new version of everything. So that creates a life of misery and just stress. But when I look at the energies in the day, like the moon, which is our inner world, our inner emotions, our inner conversation, is in Taurus. It conjuncts Mercury on one end and Uranus on the other. So the moon our inner world is reflecting on the material things that we value. But at the same time, our inner world could be going from one extreme to the next. excuse me, as Uranian energy is that. It's like, to me, Uranian energy, I think of it like as a pendulum that's just swinging from one extreme to the next, but really moving forward in one direction. So it's like, even though it swings back, it swings further forward. It swings back a little, swings further forward. So I think of our inner world going through different extremes, but the focus is on material things. The focus is on tangible things. So if we find ourselves feeling awful on this day, it's because, you know, our definition of success is all messed up and needs our attention, needs for us to reflect on it. But also too, on this day, you know, with the Seven of Pentacles energy coming out, you know, this might be a day where you feel like it's a good time to balance your budget, to take a good look at your budget, to take a good look at your financial goals and what's happening when it comes to your spending, or like, yeah, when it comes, what's happening when it comes to your spending is some of the things that's coming out. And I look at how Pluto is, I look at how Pluto squares the moon. So with Pluto squaring the moon, it's like our inner world, it's like fearful when it comes to changes, fearful when it comes to changes in relation to our friend groups and the people that we associate ourselves with. This could be fear that we're not keeping up with our friend groups, or certain people are outgrowing us, or, you know, we feel left behind. And it's like, when you think of time, like time is something that human created. You know, when you look at nature, there is no time. Everything is just on this cycle, and it's just on a cycle, and it keeps moving forward. So it's like, it shows that, you know, we place unnecessary pressures on ourselves, but it comes back to, say, living for other people. When we start living for ourselves, you know, all of that pressure lessens. You know, when we start living for ourselves, and our definition of success is spiritual and emotional growth, it's like life just feels so much easier, because, you know, we realize that everybody is on their own path. Everybody is having their own experiences, the experiences that they're meant to have. And when we don't compare our experience to anybody else, and we just hold our head down and focus on what's in front of us and make sure that we're having the best experiences that we could have. And, you know, ask yourself, you know, when I am an elderly person and there's nothing I could do but reflect on memories, will I be happy with the decision that I'm making right now? I feel like those are some things we should ask ourselves. Like, I don't ever want to get to the point where I'm filled with regret because I missed out on living my life because I was living it for anybody else. So that's something to consider. You don't never want to get to the point where you're filled with regret because you missed out on your life because you were busy living it for other people who weren't even paying attention in the first place, because they were busy worrying about themselves, their situation, and also to trying to impress other people. So when it comes to the energies of today, big time introspective vibe, but our introspection can easily go within as we tear ourselves apart based on our financial situation and just the things that we are achieving or not achieving overall. So when it comes to, say, this energy, if your financial situation is a concern or an issue, the way how I would make the most of the energies in this day is I would look closer at my budget, look close at how much am I, you know, how much is coming in every month, how much am I spending, how much can I, you know, like how much can I, what's the word, budget, like pull back, like, okay, do I need, what's everything I spend every month? What comes in every month versus what goes out every month? What are some things that I'm spending on that I don't need? Maybe I need to create a plan for myself for a certain amount of time to save up a certain amount of money that I could then turn around and invest, whether it's in my education to learn a new skill or invest in something else to bring more income for me. But instead of beating yourself up when it comes to your financial situation, ask yourself, what can I do about it? What could you do about your situation? And do whatever you can, and then leave the rest to the Creator, because that's all you can do. What can you do? Do what you can, leave the rest to the Creator, because that's all you can do. You know, because a lot of the times we do what we can, but then we're still stressing and obsessing over things we have no control over. But also when we're doing what we can, we also have to trust and know that everything is working out for our greatest good, even when it doesn't seem that way, and that we're worthy and deserving of the best. So, you know, trust and know that you're worthy and deserving of the best, for the simple fact that you exist, you're alive. Do the best you can and just trust the Creator to do the rest. You guys, such a pleasure sharing this message with you as usual. If you'd like to book a reading with me or check out my exclusive contents only on Patreon, the links for that is in the description box below. Please let me know you're here with me by dropping me a purple heart in the comment box below. I would love to hear from you, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Love yourself as if your life depended on it, because it does. Take care of yourself, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.